All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 920 of the Unpaid and Underrated podcast, the podcast about crew for crew. Gosh, and mocked relentlessly by the crew. I am one of the hosts, Big Joey. It is hot in here today, and I am joined by a frozen, one-eyed Big Keith. There he is. He's back.
Howdy. I gotta go get my antenna, but continue.
He's got to go get his antenna. He didn't plug in his brain today. And Big Quinn.
How's it going?
It is going fantastic. Just a couple of gingers now on this podcast. We'll boot Keith off. We'll just take over for a bit.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What does he need an antenna for?
I assume it's so that the radio frequencies to not eat the cat treats
Oh, okay.
gets to
All
his
right.
head. Yeah.
The
yeah.
salmon cat treats.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're fucking talking about cats again, you prick.
Yeah, that's the one thing about doing this podcast and not drinking all day before I do a podcast is suddenly I remember how funny I can be. And I was still laughing about that. No, Keith, those are the cat treats. That was
There were some good memes.
I thought that was a funny joke for me.
We had some good memes about that.
But speaking of drinking, what y'all drinking?
What you got, Quinn?
I'm having an old fashioned with
hell yeah.
billet whiskey.
I dig it. I'm running it back as last week. The old Wegmans Lime. Still waiting for that big care package from the crew to stock me up on drinks.
I have a just a sparkling vanilla cherry cola water. I have moved on to God, I hate to say this. I've joined Keith in the Michelob Ultra.
I saw that. I was so proud of you.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Well, the light beers.
That wasn't like you actually bought some. That wasn't just like, oh, you're at a buddy's house and it's all he had, and
No.
there's like begrudgingly drink it. You willingly bought it. That makes me happy.
Yeah, you guys have been coming on this journey with me for 920 episodes of just like trying to like limit what I do, right? Like trying to better take care of it. So I realized if I'm gonna drink 3 beers, no matter what, like no matter what happens, 3 beers are going in my face tonight.
Yep,
Might as well buy light beers,
makes sense.
right? The amount of cans going in, I just feel better the next morning. But I am probably gonna go to Cracked Canoe, which is even lighter than Michelob Ultra.
Is that a Canadian specific thing?
Yeah, it's made
It's literally called crack. Is that
Cracked Canoe.
Canoe? That's
it's made by
that is
Moosehead
some
out, out east.
That's some like 4-H camp shit. I've never heard it.
Yeah, but it's like 3%, and they're delicious as shit. You can drink those all night and not notice.
Yeah, Mick Ultras are just spicy water. I love it.
Yeah,
Haven't had one in several months.
I still have a Keith. It's just not cold. That was the only downside. Like my Keiths.
There's like a I'm hot joke in there somewhere. I'm too tired to think of it. And then,
No, there isn't.
No, okay, no,
Spicy. You're
Moving
spicy.
on. Yeah, there is. I am cold. If you ask most people, I guess cold is
Cold Keith.
synonymous with asshole and rude, as Joey puts it. What are you wearing over there, Big Quinn?
I have the heavy as a number, weight as a number,
Oh, yeah.
heavy as a feeling, and the
Oh yeah,
the new
Like
squat
that one.
shorts. I really like this. I really like this blank. I mean,
Yeah, it's a good fitting.
my Texas Power Bar already putting some holes in it, but it's I really like it. It's like they wash it in butter and then they like put a Crown Royal bag in the dryer and it's velvety smooth.
We'll have to, that might be better than the AI script that they have on the description of it. Probably that's pretty fancy.
They should put that on they should put it on the tag, wash in butter and dry with the Crown Royal bag.
I dig it.
I just made that up. I don't know where that came from.
No, I love it. That's good.
I did enjoy it.
I hope that goes further. This arrived today.
Oh, you finally got a chicken
There you
bake
go.
shirt. Nice.
Well, I mean, considering where I work,
Yeah.
but because we don't have chicken bakes in Canada, I was like, that shirt doesn't make sense to anybody in Canada.
For real.
But like, come on, I'm there every day. So finally caved in and got this. Also got I bought another of the lifting department, the new one, but that one is for Morgan.
Oh, dope. Nice.
She's threatened to steal mine, and I was like, "You will not. You will not steal mine. You will get your own."
Yeah, a lot of people have been a big fan of the boxier fits for sure. I'm rocking out the meat shirt from Lift Hard Live Easy 2 this year. Which you can kind of we'll jump ahead real quick to the one of the bullet points we have is the since by the time this airs, everyone's going to have already heard it on the sister podcast. But the big news that Tanner had teased everybody in Discord with was that the Lift Hard Live Easy 3 confirmed.
Nice.
July 19th, 2025. And a new venue. It will not be at the Odie. It will be at the huge ballroom at the Ramkota. Ramkota?
Ramkota. I would go Coda.
Wherever Jack and Ginger stayed at a couple years was like my my main experience with it. But yeah, the Best Western Ramkota, Kota, I don't know, hotel in Aberdeen, will be air conditioned. Obviously, it's like on a big wedding.
A
wedding venue. Yeah. That was definitely buried.
It's horrible.
It is. That was the whole appeal. Is it? I think he said it was. I don't quote me on it, but it was like 2.5 or 3 basketball courts equivalently, give or take. So decent sized.
Yeah.
That's going to be amazing. It's going to be a game changer. I mean, even if we have a couple hundred people in attendance, it should still. That mean, if anything, that would just make it a full house in like standing room only potentially. But just having it be like 72, 75 degrees as opposed to 85, like that's going to be amazing. You having the humidity be mitigated by the AC moving and stuff. Oh, it's just going to be, it's going to be
heaven.
Spectacular.
It's
so, and that could
South
be
Dakota heaven.
They should be they're going to get a group rate and everything figured out. So feel free to stay there or not, but I think you'd be a dummy not to, unless the rooms are. I think I even looked at them. They were on par with what we were, staying at the other hotel at that Joey got kicked out of.
You can nap in between sets.
Yeah,
nice.
Well, being able to go to your room to take a shit is going to be amazing. Like if you have a spouse that comes with you who doesn't want to sit there for a 13-hour event, she can literally come and go, or he can come and go as they see fit back into the room. I had asked on the live if they could figure out a way to just not do the zoo and just get a DJ there and get a bar and shit, so we can just literally everyone that has to travel like us can not have to try to worry about getting home drunk from the bar, or having to try to leave the bar early just to go get some sleep when you can just stay as long as you want and then stumble to your room and get up and go catch your flight. Like that would be amazing. I don't know if they're going to do that, but regardless.
Well, the zoo's a sponsor, right? And part of the sponsorship is we are hosting the after party at your place.
The zoo being a sponsor is what, like them throwing them $100 or something. Who knows if they're a sponsor next year? Like not having it. I don't know.
Don't shit on the sponsors.
For me, selfishly, it would be so nice to. But regardless, just being able to have assuming more people are going to stay. I mean, there was a lot of people that stayed at the one hotel last year that we were all at, but you think almost everyone theoretically would stay at this one. So just coordinating shit Thursday, Friday, even getting, we wouldn't have to coordinate ride Saturday, at least for the meet. You're literally there. So I think that was a great decision. I don't care if they literally charge us like $40 more a person. Like, I think even if we just paid that to Tanner and Tommy and, not necessarily to Dave or Jake or whatever, just like, here is the money to everyone, all 100 of us throw in an extra $20 to, go towards your however many couple grand they have to go to rent the ball and probably, whatever. Regardless, we're very, very happy. Thank you, Tanner and Tommy, for realizing that a comfortable venue might be best for the safety of everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, all right. So that gets that out of the way. What is Bad Monkey? Huh?
Okay, so it was more funny because, if you listen to the last 2 episodes in a row, they've talked about like an ape show or something, or some like Tiger King spinoff, but with monkeys.
Yeah, the Chimp Crazy or whatever.
Yeah. So I've been watching a show called Bad Monkey. So completely unrelated, but I'm still a podcast host and I'm watching a show about a monkey. So, it's kind of funny, relevant. They influenced me to watch it. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay. So let's rate last week's episode. I have a sinus infection.
What was last week's episode? That was big the Canadian chiropractor.
Yeah.
Big doc,
man. Yeah.
The big doctor.
Seth something, right? Seth.
Yeah. When
Alberson.
Yeah.
Albert.
We got to get his name wrong because they made a whole point about how it was. It wasn't. I thought it was Albersworth, but I'm.
No, there's no T in Seth.
There's no T. I know that. We should actually know this.
Yeah, usually I'm good, and I feel like that was like 7 days ago. I listened to that podcast. Basically, well, it was like 5.
It does feel like a decade ago. Sure.
Albersworth.
Albertsworth. Yeah.
Albersworth without a T.
Albersworth. Yeah.
Yep.
kind of sounds like a candy that your grandma would eat.
Like the hard stuff and that's been there for years.
Yeah, it's just stale as shit. You can't even like get it. You go to unwrap it and it's like still stuck to the plastic because it's so out of date and expired. Yeah.
Or she has it in her pockets to give out.
Similar to Pocket Rocks, but we'll call it Pocket Candy.
Pocket Rocks.
Joey E callback.
Yeah. So yeah, listen to the episode. Don't know who the guy is, which should shock literally nobody. Heard some little bit of what Scans had to say about his wife. Again, not knowing anything about influencers in the strength community and stuff like that. I just like to talk to you guys and lift heavy. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and give that one 5 out of 5 neck adjustments.
Nice. What about you, Quinn?
Well, I liked how they went off on a tangent even before the introduction was done about 440 stainless steel. But I was disappointed that they didn't discuss the type of steel in the Wavian fuel cans. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 ginger beards.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely listened to it. Don't know. It was nice too because they always come out Sunday, and I 90% of the time I listened to them Sunday night, but I had a monster drive that Monday morning, so I saved it, and it got me through about 2/3 of my drive. And I don't know. I maybe I really don't remember it, so maybe I got to adjust my rating from what it has been. But all in all, we'll go ahead and give it 5 out of 5 iPod touches.
Was this the episode where they talked about Iowa accents?
Yes. Iowa Southern accents.
Okay. As long as someone else says it first, I remember every aspect of the episode. It's just not at the top of my brain right now.
I'm from Iowa, and I've never heard that. I was in Iowa until I was 13 years old, and I go back every year, see my stepdad. I've never heard that. So I don't know where that came from.
So like when he's in Sioux Falls, what part of is he in like really northern Iowa when he crosses the border to go to Iowa? I guess where did he? Because he basically said he was in like southern Iowa, didn't he? Or was it what? He gave a descriptor of what part of Iowa. I want to say it was the southern part. So I don't know. I don't know how.
I lived in western Iowa. I guess closer to California. Yeah. So I don't know.
Which would be closer to? I know where Sioux Falls. I mean, it's got to be closer to where Sioux Falls is. It's maybe not north and south, but
how close is Iowa to Sioux Falls?
Hasn't Tommy made a point that he could like get to either Minnesota or Iowa in like an hour or less or something?
Yeah, Minnesota makes sense, but not
Is there another state in there I'm missing? I don't know. But either way,
they're pretty close.
Yeah. But we'll have to ask Ryan and Jen, I guess, why they don't talk funny.
That would be northern Iowa for sure. Right, because South Dakota cuts into Minneapolis, and then Iowa is
where he gets to. Yeah, but I think he was on a vacation or a family trip or something, and he was in a different part of the Iowa that he's normally in, I believe, and that's when him and his wife kept on. Where I guess she, and it's funny too because it happens. Like I think that happens to everybody. Like as soon as someone points it out, it's all you ever see. Like you could go your whole life and not notice it, but as soon as someone points it out, it's just immediately like just there.
Right. Yeah. Never heard it.
Yeah, me either. But again, what do I know? I'm from Canada.
Did you have a chance to watch the Hanzu combo rack YouTube video that came out today at about 4:00?
Nah,
not yet.
I did get to consume that. I was actually very tired and confused in the afternoon because I knew that I saw the ad for the YouTube video coming up in like 10 minutes or something, and then Tanner had just made the invite for the 50%. Oh, we can give props to that too. The 50% off sale. So this will come out the Tuesday before a 50% off sale that hits Thursday, I think the 19th. So everyone, I want to say it's a 4 p.m. kickoff for that. So be on your phone, set an alarm if you want to, take a shot at buying 3 medium shirts. but anyway, Nate kind of had to call me out on it because I just glazed at the date and the time, I guess, and didn't realize for some reason I thought it was today. So I was like all like logged into the website at like 3:59 and like telling the boys in the group chat, I'm like, I'm ready to go. Let's see if I get anything. And Nate's like, you realize it's next week, right? Fuck. So then I watched the YouTube video instead. So that was good. I enjoyed the YouTube video. It was nice because they kind of took a shit on it, but like tried to be complimentary too because they just blew like $1,500 on it, so they don't want to like completely be like, fuck, this really does suck. But definitely didn't seem like a great combo rack. Mainly because the 2 or 3 big flaws. the bench doesn't really allow you to get, if you're tall. I mean, it would probably be fine for me and Joey, but like anyone above like 5'8" might have a really hard time because your ass would be off the bench just because it's kind of like it goes farther back towards the spotter deck than it should, essentially. And then they didn't love that the spotter deck too was kind of like, which you're basically were like extra. I mean, any combo rack, you're going to teabag someone like a son of a bitch, but this one seemed to be excessively in an awkward position. So, but I'm assuming they picked it up for the gym, but it was at Tommy's house. I don't know if Tanner just brought it up just to like knock out a review because they looked like they were in Sioux Falls. Yes, sometime the week that we were recording this, they were in Sioux Falls together. I think they said they recorded 7 videos. It looked like they looked like they were little sweeties. They were at Nate's favorite dentist, Big Paul Floss. And I'm assuming they probably did a couple videos at each of those gyms. I'm assuming they did like a gym tour and then picked like 1 or 2 pieces of equipment to maybe focus on its own standalone video. So looking pretty cool to, see when all those come out over the next month or two.
And I did confirm that they finally exchanged all those drinks from the Lift Hard Live Easy.
Oh, dope. Nice. Yeah, you called him out on that one last time. Did Tanner reach out to you or did you?
I reached out to him.
Nice.
And I was like, did you finally? Because I want to hear the puppers, right? That we delivered. I want to hear their review on that one.
I wonder how many they got.
He said about 6.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's you can't travel with drinks like maybe in a carry-on.
It's hard.
Yeah, I can't. How did you even? Because you flew. What did you carry up? Put them on your? Did you do them in a checked bag?
Steve drove.
Okay, so it's Steve.
So, yeah, Steve brought them the puppers. It's actually not my. I didn't deliver anything this time, but Steve was like, "I'm bringing them puppers because they've both been watching, or Tanner at least has been watching Shoresy."
Nice, yeah. Because remember, Jen hooked me up with a random. Well, Jen and Murph both gave me a sparkling drink for the podcast, and I was like, I got to drink it today. I can't get this home. It's like, I love you, appreciate you. This is amazing. This makes me feel so happy, but like, I can't take it home.
Yeah, Murph gave me that jalapeno ranch water.
Oh God, yeah, I had to give that to Jack and Ginger. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I had to give that one to Steve because I also couldn't get through that.
It was spicy. It was a spicy boy.
Oh, those things are horrible. Way too spicy
for a drink, right? Like it's like wet fire. I love spicy stuff, but I don't
wet fire.
I love spicy like hot sauce and foods and stuff, but for some reason, like an ultra spicy drink that is just overwhelming, and it gave me hiccups within 30 seconds. And I eat ghost pepper sauce like as my main hot sauce. And this jalapeno drink gave me hiccups. And I was just like, I don't think I can do this whole thing. So yeah, that was love you, Murph, but that drink was spicy. And Jen still I didn't get Jen's drink. She said she's gonna send me another one because I think she drank that one.
What do you guys think anyone have any inkling on what the crew gift next month or 2 months? Because I think it's getting close. So like we should know in the next, call it 45 days or so. But it seemed like they hinted at it being potentially personalized, maybe even too, not necessarily just like we're going to buy 400 of these blanks and send them all out, that if they have to do 400 that are actually somewhat personalized, but maybe I misheard that. I can't remember. I think there hasn't been a live that I've listened to yet. So, or no, I listened. Okay.
I think they
listened to the live last night, actually.
Yeah. I think they unveiled it on the live.
No, I listened to the whole live until I got kicked out. Because the live was basically the big reveal of the Lift Hard Live Easy, not being at the Odie, etc. And then he had just, did their line in the sand bit again. And I swear to God, I think I heard him slip something in there about it being personalized, or, maybe not, because they made it really emphatic that the address and everything got to be right. And so we'll see. But either way, if you're listening to this and you're obviously have to be crew by now, so we can't really sell you on that. But I'm just, it's always exciting because this will be like the 6th or 5th or 7th. I don't know. So somewhere in there, it's one of several crew gifts.
4th or 5th?
5th maybe sounds right.
Yeah. So you got your card, your membership card,
the patch,
Jefferson
$2 bill.
$2 bill.
There was more. There was some.
The Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame was cool. Yeah. That's 4 at least. I think there's a 5th, but I don't know what it would.
No, I don't think there is.
Is there not?
I think it's just 4.
Okay. Well,
I'm sure somebody will correct us and make fun of us.
Yeah. And then as long as they explain it to us why we're wrong, because that's what we have to do.
Diligently explain. All right.
Gwen, was there anything in the lifting or Massonomics world that we missed that you want to talk about and at just current events, if you will?
Not really. I don't get a lot of time to get on Discord. It's mostly on the weekends for just a little bit of time. And by then, I've missed all of the jokes.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
sometimes I have to catch up and it takes so long for me to catch up. So
When
not really.
when you're not on Discord because I mean I'm on it way too much. So when you're not on it for that long, like you're potentially not on it for days. Does it actually, when you open it up, does it go to current or does it go to the last time you were open to that channel? Because I guess I really never let it go that far to build up.
It goes open to the last channel and it always says 25 plus messages. And I'm
Okay.
just like trying to catch up, and I think that sometimes there's some disinformation, like people will put in there some inside jokes that don't really exist. And so I go down a rabbit hole and I'm like, this isn't even a thing.
Or give me one example.
I can't remember any right now.
I feel that way too, man. It's like when it makes me feel bad when I don't get something, but sometimes it's like it's so niche that it's a joke just between like 4 crew, and it's just such a like we have jokes inside of jokes, and like there's so many levels. Like there's so many inside jokes that wouldn't even involve Tanner and Tommy or Massonomics Jim or anything. It's just because there's so many of us in our own cliques, in our own
Right.
like not necessarily like there's just so much little side conversations that happen, and then like everyone's friends with people on different social media platforms too, so there's conversations going on so many other places than Discord that like if you can grasp like a tenth of all the crew communications in a week, that's like more than most people.
Right. Yeah. It's layer after layer after layer, and you have to peel everything back.
Spicy onion.
Didn't go with the cake. Cake's got layers.
Yeah, in the Bad Monkey show they were talking about onions today, so that was just fresh on my brain.
No. Plus, what I just said was a Shrek line. So
never seen it.
You've never watched Shrek?
I don't watch kids movies when I'm an adult very often.
Oh.
But I have heard like that it's got a lot of good singers in it, and I should watch it. But I also feel that now that it's been there almost 25 years or 20 years, that it's like, is it? I don't know. Should I just
spoiler alert? She's an ogre too.
Oh shit!
Sorry, it's been 25 years.
Yeah, sorry. It's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler after people have grown up and graduated.
Oh, one of my buddies, Big Chris was telling, Big Chris Mark, local guy, was basically mentioned that there's like a new guy in their lifting crew that's like 19 years old, and I'm just like trying to fathom, like I'm like 20 fucking years older than that. Like I was 2 years removed from high school when this kid was born, and now he's like just like doing the same shit we are, like lifting and trying to do strongman and powerlifting and all that shit. That's just crazy. That yeah, I don't know. Just
it's cool that he found it at that age.
Yeah.
As long as he can like
didn't wait till he was 35 like some of us.
Just not destroy his. I always think about
50.
that. So like, yeah, if you start that late or if you start that early, are you gonna have burnout earlier, and is your body gonna be beat up by the time you're 40, and you might not be able to train as long? So that's kind of like, are we in a better position? Not fine. Like I didn't really. First time I religiously started going to the gym, I was like 29 years old, I think. So basically a decade. So I only have 10 years worth of abuse from gym. I've got 25 years of abuse from like working in construction, but I don't know what's I don't know. I know that like everyone, like a lot of people say like your joints can only have so many reps. Like you only have so many PRs and you only have so many reps in you. Like, is it better to start a little later so you can do it longer? But I mean, there's people that have, done barbell training for 40 years, 50 years, but it's like, I don't know.
He'll probably find something up after like 10 years.
Yeah.
Something else to do.
Yeah. We'll cycle back when he's hosting this podcast.
Nice.
Big Quinn, do you have an ad read for us?
I do. It's kind of a testimonial, if that's okay.
It's your ad. Go.
I have my druthers.
You've got your druthers. Good call.
Okay. All right. So, ever since I'm 51 now. Ever since I was in my 20s, I wanted to just be strong. And the measure of strength is actually going to a meet, going by the rules and seeing how strong you were. And I'm a really competitive person, and so I I I I really wanted to. I just wanted to be big. I just wanted to be strong, and I was worried about the powerlifting world was like the West Side Morning Crew, and so it kind of turned me off, and I had a couple big injuries, and I really didn't think I was strong enough, and life got in the way. Had a couple kids, and but this powerlifting dream never faded. Um, I found the podcast. I found the Massonomics podcast, and they're silly gooses. And I thought, well, maybe this isn't like West Side versus the world. Maybe this is just a community where anybody can go, and no matter how strong you are and how much you could lift, it's maybe it's that type of community, and that's the community I found. This thing that Tanner and Tommy have created. Not only is it a living, breathing organism that I think they can't control anymore, um,
Yes.
but it's a community, and I tell you all that to tell you this. So, if you don't know me, I've been in law enforcement for 28 years now, and I've seen a lot of things, and those things can sometimes stay with you. And I had some conversations with Tanner when I first found the podcast. He was very positive, and he kind of told me some different directions to go. And this community, there's absolutely no judgment. Um, so I started lifting. I've been lifting all my life, but I really started with some intent, really going towards the powerlifting specificity. Yeah, specificity. Um, and with this community and especially this podcast and Tommy and Tanner and the crew, um, they they showed me that I can be a power lifter and I can lift and without judgment. And I found that when I did so, my PTSD was better. And to get heavy, I felt better on the days that I lift and the days I had good sessions. And so Tommy and Tanner, the crew, and Massonomics showed me it's okay to powerlift, and powerlifting is making me more resilient mentally. And so that's my testimonial. It's not an ad read. It's just something from the heart to those guys and to the crew that I feel so welcome, and it makes me feel better, and I'm laughing more on the days I lift, and I smile. And going to Lift Hard Live Easy, it was just amazing knowing these people on Instagram and on Discord, and we're just friends. We just haven't met in person, and it really has helped me my mental resilience. It's helped me be a better father, be a better husband, and all of those things. So I want to thank Tommy and Tanner, and I want to thank the crew for showing me this, and it really has helped me.
Well done. We do have this game we like to play. No, that was actually that was amazing. That'll a lot of the stuff you touched on, we will circle back to for like bullet points and whatnot, because it is a lot of our show notes. But that might be the closest I've come to crying since Big Jin. That was very moving. Just the happiness aspect of it. I can 100% relate to that. I'm literally a happier human, in the last couple years, and I think I have been first, for at least the 2 years prior to that. So I think a lot of us can relate to that. I don't think any of us are here because we're not, we're all getting a lot out of this. So that was one of the more well put, statements. I personally really enjoyed that. So I think the crew and the sisters will really really appreciate those words.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was actually thinking about Live Hard Live Easy yesterday, and about just how like in my 40th year, and my kids have been born, I've been married, I've gone through all of the milestones. And I said to my wife, I said, it's kind of wild that the Lift Hard Live Easy is like the pinnacle of my year right now. Right? I'm getting like a not a promotion, but like a new position, all of the amazing things that have happened this year. And all I can think about is, man, beers with Matt and the boys were pretty fun that one night. Like, here, go ahead, Quinn.
And then it's over, and you're like, oh. all of this work and all this, a year, being excited about it. Yes, we're gonna do this, and then it was over. And to go back to my testimonial, I tried to talk to Tanner and Tommy about that, and I tried to tell them that, but I I don't know. I couldn't. I just couldn't. I didn't have the courage to do so, I guess. So now I'm going to do it so everybody can hear what this means.
And that's another thing. I love the platform we've given people here too, because it is kind of awkward to like in person say like, "You mean so much to me, man." Like so, like being able to
I
like
love
just
you, man. I
being able
love
to
you.
like say it in a circle like this. I just feel like I hope that people feel comfortable when they come on our episode and like can say just put it into words like you did. So I thought that was a blast. And now that everyone, well, I know Tanner listens. We'll have to pull this clip and text it to Tommy so he sees it. But let's I guess we can is that kind of so your testimonial is kind of a mashup of a handful of our questions, so we'll just have to kind of pull some
Okay.
strings
We'll expand. We can expand,
Yeah.
extrapolate even.
So you said obviously you found Massonomics, you are here. Specifically, do you have your first memory? Give me a timeline. We're talking like 2018, we're talking 2022. When did Massonomics become a thing in your life? When did you start?
Hold on, who are we talking to? We got to get our guest on the horn.
Oh yeah, little fuck. We got to kick Carp out. I think he's been here the whole time.
Yeah, he's still here.
Probably.
All right, so kick them all out. Yep. Pick out Ryan. All right, Big Quinn, is that you?
I'm here. Here I am.
Hey, welcome. You are live on Unpaid and Underrated. We're gonna jump right in. Don't want to miss any gold. I think Keith was asking you about your Massonomics timeline.
I don't remember the year. It was the Daniel McKim episode.
Yep.
I found him on Instagram, and he's hilarious. And so I just started searching him for podcasts, and I found Massonomics, and I don't know, within like 4 minutes I was hooked. And that's where it started.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what episode. I know the episode you're talking about.
Yeah, I was just looking it up. I couldn't find it quickly.
290 maybe 290.
Yeah, it was definitely
a while
not
ago.
recent. Yeah,
so it's a bit.
So 2.5 years, give or take. So that put you in 2021, 2022 era. So good deal. What's where do you want people to find you on Instagram?
My handle is Q Cunningham 9859. Q Cunningham 9859. I'm on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. I'm on X. When I listen to the Strength Code podcast, okay. I'll get on there. I'll get on there for about 5 minutes, and then I'll totally forget about it after that. But mostly Instagram's my thing.
I love that you did the full clear double repeat of the name. Like I always do that when I leave a voicemail at work. It's like, or I basically I lead with my number and then I end with my number, and I do like I really enjoyed that. That's something most people don't do. So I guess we're showing our age with that.
Yeah. Yes.
I busted an okay out today at the grocery store because I took Oren shopping, so Morgan and Saga could stay home. And Oren asked for something. I let out an okay, and he died laughing. He thought that was the funniest thing he's ever
heard. I have been using it, or I'll say it more. Or I'll type it a lot now on Instagram. Anything like Strength Co or the OK Podcast related. After having Grant, because that's the first time I've really talked to Grant for more than like 30 seconds, like in passing at an event. So, definitely listen to a little bit more of the OK Podcast. I think I'm fairly regular with the last like couple months I've been listening. I tried to do the backlog and I got through like 2 episodes, and I was like, they're there for me if I need them.
Grant's a funny dude too.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah.
Yep. Love that dude. Okay, so then obviously the next question would be your Hall of Fame status. How many ticks you got?
9. This will be 9. I need 2 more orders, so I think I'm going to just get some sticker packs. I'm at 8 orders.
Yeah.
I do want to go to the Arnold. Obviously, Crew Falls.
Crew Falls is fun. How far? How you're Midwest? So how far are you away from there?
I'm in Colorado.
Okay, well that's like 6 or 7 hours, isn't it?
Not Midwest, just like Ohio is not.
Okay,
Midwest.
so you're West. Okay,
not.
I thought some. Well, I couldn't remember if it was Colorado, because I remember Tanner tagged doing something when someone asked if it was Wisconsin or Colorado. So I guess I took a guess on it being Wisconsin, which I guess is closer, but yeah, I think Colorado is very not close to Sioux Falls.
No, it's not. But I've been looking at flights. I won't make this one just because of finances, but I know I want to do the Arnold in the next couple of years, and I think the Crew Falls will be the priority if I can find a cheap flight. And
it's fun. It's really fun. I'm looking forward to it this year a lot. It's gonna help me get through the fourth quarter bullshit at work and knowing I have something to look forward to at least.
Right.
Just got if fucking weather destroys that for me, I'll be so pissed. So we got you in Massonomics. We know who you are. You're in with Colorado, lifelong Colorado, bounced around.
Like I'm from Iowa, moved here.
Yeah, we knew that.
The day the space shuttle exploded, I moved to Colorado. Yeah. Yeah, and I've been here ever since.
Wait, were you gonna move, or did the space shuttle scare you into moving?
Does that push me over the edge to get farther from?
You were just looking up, you were looking up, and you jumped. Wow, let's get out of here, and then just ran to Colorado.
There's tiles falling on me. No, it was planned, but thank you, Joey. Yeah, it was planned.
It was like 89 or 88 or something.
Yeah, something like no. This is
or a more recent one. I don't know.
No,
the Challenger was 90 something, wasn't it?
Was it where the teacher died and
a bunch of here?
I could have sworn
80s, late 80s. Yeah.
Okay. So late. I was right. Late 80s.
I mean, I could do math, but I've been drinking old fashions. So
yeah. We're not big math over here.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm faster than you. I haven't been drinking.
Oh, we literally always race. Oh, you got me. Okay.
There's 3 people in this world: those who know math and those who don't.
Yep.
I have never heard that dad joke. That's really good. That even took me a second.
Yeah, that took you a second. That's good work.
Well done. Man, you're only at 8 orders. That's okay. So if you go back in a time machine and get that 9th order, before today, what was that one piece of Massonomics merch you wish you had bought?
I miss the silkies. Silkies are one of my favorite things in the world, and I miss the silkies.
There was a whole clearance bin of it last year that I think they were all like,
yes. I'd have to jump from the moon to get into mediums. So, I bought 2 shirts and a drink spotter. I would just bulk up my orders to save on the shipping. So if I knew, I would go back and I would just buy individuals.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, I can't find my silkies. I was looking for them for squats the other day.
Now, you are counting your recurring membership, at least for one of your 10, right?
No, I didn't.
So that puts
you
in I think we as the sister podcast, have deemed it a valid one number order. So if you just put in your buy one of the 50% off shirts next Thursday, if anything's in your size, or I'll just get some stickers or something I think that might get you to 10.
Dadgum, I'm going to be 10 right now. I'm going to do a sticker pack.
There you go. Nice. And I think they had talked about it that if you won an award at the meet, I think they said that doesn't count, right? Yeah,
it does not. No.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no, that won't count. We'll get into that in a second. But I think Tanner had mentioned that if whoever wins the Massonomics Fantasy Football League that I'm in would get it. So this is the closest chance I'll ever have a chance to actually leapfrog someone, because I'm not gonna. I literally have to get. I'm 18 months from hitting 4 years or something. I'm not gonna hit 4 years till 2025 December. So not this December, but December 2025, I believe. So I'm not going to win this year's fantasy football league at all. I don't have a good team, but it is the closest I'll fucking be. Statistically, if you were to ask big math, this is my best chance in the next couple, the next few months of the football season. But I don't think it's gonna.
You could just be funnier and win a meme contest or something.
What the fuck? There hasn't been a contest. When's the last contest? A year ago? I don't remember the last contest.
It was the Jefferson deadlift contest.
Yeah, a year and a half ago.
Oh yeah, that was a bit, huh?
Because it was 4th of July 2023, I think.
Yeah, that tracks. I could pull. I think I have it.
So it's been a year and 2 months.
It's been.
Where's my shit? Tanner didn't buy us a soundboard yet.
Yeah.
Nate, you have to put that in post, buddy. So speaking of your yep.
Go ahead. No, you're gonna do it.
So you had mentioned your award, obviously. So you want to tell us what you won, why you won it, and I hear you're not happy you won it.
Oh, did you? I was most injured.
Okay.
Um, I so I've had a lot of injuries during this whole thing, and I had a single. The rumor is I had a double. I had a single hip replacement about
We did
19
hear it was a
months ago.
double. I
Yeah,
think we've said it on our podcast that it was a
you
double.
did. You
That's what
did.
I that was what
Yeah.
that was the grapevine rumor.
Yeah. And so actually singles worse when it comes to stability and things like that. Not so much for the recovery, but for like later on in life. I'll probably have to have the other one done. Um, yeah, so I won that and I DQ'd at the meet because of the Ice Queen on platform one. Um, so when I was called up for the ward, I told Tommy, I don't deserve this. I DQ'd. And he's like, nope, nope, it's yours. And then at the zoo, I told Tana the same thing. I DQ'd. I don't think I deserve this. He's like, no, you've had a hip replacement. You're powerlifting after a hip replacement, which will take years off the hip.
I'd
Um,
imagine.
yeah, and I guess there's some controversy about it. I heard a little bit of controversy. I don't really know what that's all about. I heard about it on the podcast. Big Mo said there's a little controversy, so I didn't really know what that was. I think it was Ryan because he was doing reverse grip
Oh, yeah.
bench.
Yeah, everyone wanted a big I mean, obviously Ryan can't fucking get out of bed and go to the toilet without falling down and hurting himself. So there's always some injury with that guy. But I think you overcame significantly more,
Mhm.
or maybe not significantly, but a larger ailment.
It was rough, and I don't know if Big Joey's had any surgeries, but gingers require more anesthesia and
Yep.
more pain meds, and a couple surgeries I've woken up in the middle of, to include this one.
Jesus.
And then
Holy fuck.
during this surgery, right after they unhooked me, I woke up with no pain relief whatsoever. They kept giving me pain meds, and then my heart rate went from 40 to 30 to 20, and then they hit me up with adrenaline to keep me alive. Um, so, and I told the anesthesiologist, I'm like, hey, this is what's happened in the past. He's like, oh no, that's 5% of the
They
population.
always do that. Yep. No, no,
Yeah,
no. Mhm.
yeah. And so I'm on my walker after the surgery. You have to like go upstairs and stuff like that. And I found him in the hallway, and my wife had to pull me off of him. I was going to punch him in the back of the face, but um, yeah, yeah.
I didn't do
So
that.
it's been a long road, and like right before 2 weeks before the meet, I was on our annual camping trip climbing a mountain. I fell down the mountain, messed up my knee, had to go to the ER, had to get a shot in my knee. So my performance in the meet was not even close to what I thought it would be. Not to mention the heat and the cramping
Yeah.
um,
I
yeah.
never drank so much electrolytes and felt them do nothing
Yeah.
like a 3-day span, I feel.
I
Um,
uh I had to go to the restroom. Well, I drank a whole bunch of water. I went to the restroom 19 times, and then when I was done, I'm sitting sitting in the restroom, and I go to wipe, and my lat cramped up.
Of course.
And so I tried to switch hands, and my other lat was cramped up, and it was trying to break my spine. And I'm
I'm just picturing you're there with
moaning.
a shitty ass, like fucking
Yes,
flailing around
yes,
like a goddamn silly goose.
yes. And I'm moaning, and I'm like, oh. And then finally, after a couple minutes, I walk out, and there's C Poppy, Big Matthias, and he's like,
Drunk.
dude, are you okay? I'm like, I need some banana.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Monkey don't cramp. Definitely made sure I ate some bananas that day.
Never. Crap.
So, what was the timeline of the surgery versus lift hard, live easy? Like we're talking a couple years or like a 9. I don't know
18
what.
months.
Okay, so a year and a half.
18
Yeah. Is
months.
that
Well, I'm not supposed to lift at all. The surgeon told me no lifting.
like ever? Like in perpetuity?
Yeah,
Don't lift?
seriously. Like, don't run, don't lift. I'm okay with not running. I mean, really
Oh
okay with
yeah.
that. That's why
sounds
I like
fine.
powerlifting. Yeah, it was 18 months. I couldn't do anything for about 6. I was on my couch listening to the podcast and the Elite FTS podcast for 2 months, playing a little Call of Duty. Um, the first time I put weight on the bar, it was like a quarter squat with 95 pounds, and it was 1 rep was all I could do. And it just took I really don't like talking about myself, so you guys are kind of like you're putting me in a uncomfortable position. But
this is a podcast, Quinn.
I know. It was rough. It was there was a lot of doubt. I'm never going to be able to do this, and I just had to have discipline, and I just had to really just get after it and be consistent. I had to be consistent. No matter what, I had to get over here in the basement, and I had to do something.
Have you and you're a raw lifter then, right? You don't fuck around with the gear at all? Because
I don't even. No.
So so with literally a hip cert, like I would never. I mean, we got good friends that like their conjugate and their geared lifting, and I'm just not it's not my cup of tea. But like briefs, wouldn't that be like the smartest thing for someone with a hip replacement is to put on some fucking like single, a light pair of quote unquote single ply briefs or something, which is basically anyone like, they're just like squat shorts that are span like compression-y material, but like, uh, for geared lifting or at least training for a squat suit, but not a real squat suit with like the shoulder straps and shit. Like that sounds like it'd be a fucking something that you might want to invest in. Not necessarily, it's not going to help your raw squat personally, but it's going to allow you to get under the bar. And if for the mental therapy of barbell work, geared lifting or at least a squat suit or briefs might be your cup of tea.
Well, Keith, I'm not very smart, and that's the first time I've ever thought of it. So,
and I even
thank you.
I even saw something on my feed today. If it was some sponsored bullshit, so it might be just fucking hodgepodge, but it was like a squat buddy. It was basically, it looked kind of like
is that just Tanner's hot pants?
A knee circle, but more for like your hips or something. So
yeah,
I mean, there's got to be like, just go down a Reddit rabbit hole of like power lifters with hip replacements. There's got to, I mean, or
there's
even
a lot
like warm pants, like strongman warm pants.
Yeah,
just training those as opposed to just your mesh shorts or something. Like keep your, because I mean, what's giving you issues now? Your hip or your other shit? Like I know obviously you just hurt your knee and shit, but like if your hip, I would assume it's going to protect your new hip, and it might prolong when you need your second hip replaced. If you already you're prone to needing the hip issue. So I don't know. I'm just thinking outside the box, and box squatting, what might be your a good thing for someone too.
Yes, I do those. I know. I don't know if I can talk about another manufacturer, but I'll say Herberus K. They have those strongman shorts. I actually saw those popped up on my feed. Maybe I'll check those out. That's a good idea. I'm gonna write those down.
Yeah, they literally I'm very new and venturing into the strongman world, so I was kind of like picking people's brains. It's like, well, why are you wearing this? Just like, it just keeps you warm. It keeps your hips warm. Like I think a cheap alternative too is literally people buy like scuba pants. It's just a matter of finding like a pair of like a $40 scuba pants on Amazon that actually fit, or just buy the ones from Cerberus that are like $100. Like it is kind of is what it is. Especially that's a good idea. We're in September, so add it to your Christmas wish list or something, and there you go. You don't even have to pay for it. It's it's your Christmas present from your family.
That's a good idea.
There we go. Every now and then I can pull one out.
I don't know. You've had some good ideas. I've listened to all the podcasts.
All of them. Hey, so up to date on our backlog. Speaking of this sister podcast, circling back to them. Are you sorry? Have you finished the backlog? Like, is that one of your Hall of Fame check marks? Nice. That's good to hear. Well, I have been hogging everything, so I don't know if Joey wants to hop in or if I can go to least fun, most fun, but I'm good either way.
Oh, I just had one.
I
was scrolling. No, I was scrolling looking for stuff to chat about.
Well, you finish that thought, and I'll hit him with some least fun, most fun. So, Big Quinn, I got one for you. I forgot. It kind of made me chuckle when you came on because the way I had worded it through. Regard. It's God damn it! I hate when I can't get.
You're doing great.
Keith, I love it when you do that. I absolutely adore it. I get
so mad at myself. All right, Big Quinn. If you're familiar with the new game, least fun, most fun. I'm gonna give you one topic, and I want you to kind of use your druthers, but you can give me the least fun thing about it and the most fun thing about it. Elaborate as much or as little as you'd like to. So, the one I went with this week was having red hair. Least fun, most fun. And it was funny to me because I forgot that you were a bald man. So when I said having red hair, I was like, at least you got the beard.
I have hair. I do this on purpose. I'm aerodynamic. This is by choice.
Attaboy.
Least fun about having red hair is the sun. The sun is actively trying to kill us. Mm-hmm. I am a sun cancer survivor. Got a big hole right here. So That would be the number one. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I think the most fun is probably the size of our genitalia.
Yep. Yeah, it's easily the best part.
Yes, yes.
Yep. Like you guys say we don't have souls.
No,
Yeah,
but we got dicks.
But we are. Most of us are tripods.
Joey's never been so happy to hear something. Well, I got nothing.
No, that wasn't to say that I have the sun cancer, but I do have this big white thing right here that my wife.
You might want to get that checked out.
That's what everybody says. Here's the thing: I don't like doctors.
Yeah, I got to go back to my dermatologist. I had a precancerous thing burned off a year ago, and it's like back again. So I'm like, fuck. Yeah. It could just be a sunspot, but I swear to God, it's in the exact same spot and looks exactly the same as it fucking did last year or 18 months ago.
So it's interesting because the sun came up a lot in all of the notes.
Yeah,
I was just when I said I was scrolling, I was adding it to the notes to one of the questions from later. I don't know if you want to talk about this one or not, but tell me about. I don't know. Tell me about the hot nurse during your vasectomy.
I read that. That was funny. Buckle up, boys and girls.
I think I've spoken about my vasectomy, and it actually relates to your anesthesia thing because I remember telling the doctor.
That's not how you say that word.
What, anesthesia?
It's close enough.
What do you say?
Anesthesia.
Oh yeah, that makes sense too. But I told the doctor, I was like, yeah, you're gonna need to wait a second. He's like, no, it's automatic. And I was like, I'm redheaded, it's not automatic. You're gonna need to wait a second. And sure enough, it felt like I got hit in the crotch with a golf iron.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm sure your story is way more interesting.
It's definitely gonna be as funny or funnier.
Yeah, so we had my 11-year-old. We had my 11-year-old, and we had some fertility issues, and then we had suddenly I'm 51 with a 5-year-old, which was an accident. When he goes back and he's, hey, sorry Watson, you're an accident. So I had to get snipped, and I have substandard health care, so I had to wait about a year and a half to get it. And I walked in, and this I can't believe you guys heard about this. This nurse was smoking hot. And so I lay down, and it's like, it's just business for her. She just takes it out. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, you need to talk to this chick. So you need to make her laugh. She sees all this, you need to be different. And so she's like just shaving, and I go, how'd I do? She's like, well, you missed a few spots. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, while I'm having this conversation with her, in my head, I'm trying to talk to him, and I'm like, dude, this is your Super Bowl. Come on, show her. Come on, dude, please, come on. And so she's doing her thing, and I go, it took me a while to get in here. And she's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but people just couldn't I don't know what the deal is. I go, they just keep coming, huh? No pun intended. And she's like, yeah. And that was it. That's the best I could do. And by the whole time I'm talking to Pedro. Come on, Pedro. This is it. Come on. And I got nothing. Yeah. So it's funny.
I hope those assistants and nurses, whoever, I don't know what level of experience you need to be the dick prepper, but I hope they get paid well.
Well, and she sees 20 a day maybe.
Oh, so, I imagine.
Yeah.
And that's every day. It's not like,
every day. Yeah.
Every day. When you're just a general nurse, you deal with everything. You probably see, I'm sure you see it often, but you're literally handling Johnsons all day long.
Yes. Like it's no big deal.
Well, for her.
Yeah. For some, depending on who you are, it's a bigger deal.
It was a big deal for me. Obviously, I'm talking about it 3 years later.
If I had to handle more than one a day, I'd probably be very concerned. So good for her.
Somebody's got to do it. Glad it's not me.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad it's not my job.
Wait, hold on. I gotta touch a bunch of dicks.
Yeah, just every day you're just waking up going, I'm gonna have to touch so many dicks today.
What do you do for a living? I'm the janitor.
What do you do here? Don't worry about it. All right. Go ahead there, Keith.
So having kids so you had a 40, you were 41 and 46 then, give or take, when you had a kid?
Yes.
Had your kids.
Yeah.
How was that? Was that obviously the first one was planned then, you said? That's just so I guess it was gonna be my backup for least fun, most fun, but I really want to like put you on the spot with that. But just like in general, like just being the old dad, like do you look at that as like you're more experienced, you've seen more of the world, so you feel that you're going to be a better parent than some 20-year-old dipshit, or are you kind of like worried of like, all right, I'm just, am I still up for this, I guess?
Well, mentally I'm still a 12-year-old. So
well, yeah,
I'm really close to
a hard on in a nurse's hand.
So the first one that was we did fertility. Do you guys want to hear that story?
Sure.
If you want to tell it, yeah.
Might as well. I mean, I'm putting everything else out there. So I went to the doctor, and when we got to the doctor, they gave me a cup and they're like, okay, go over there and put it in this cup. And I'm like, right there. And she's like, yeah. I go, that's the bathroom next to the check-in. And she goes, yeah, that's where everybody does it. And so I go in there and I was trying, but dudes would come in just having coffee, exploding the bathroom. And so I had to go to the parking garage, put the shade up at the parking garage, and put it in the cup.
Is that legal?
Well, it's legal if you don't get caught.
Okay. Yeah, everything's technically legal if you don't get caught.
And so, yeah, I went back. I had to put it under my arm.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, you didn't think it out with the paper bag on the way back. Like you're just holding your.
Well, no, you have to keep it warm.
Oh,
you have to keep it warm. And so we take.
That's a good episode title.
Right. Exactly.
No, it can't ever be that. I'm not sharing that on Facebook.
And so we take it back to the lady who's like spins it. And yeah. And so she was like number one in Monsters Inc. Keith, you've probably never seen Monsters Inc., but she was number one. And so she talks like this. And so I give her the cup and she's like, come back in 45 minutes. So she does the thing, come back, I get it. And she's like, she calls my name and I go, how do they look? And she goes, well, there's not a lot of them. I go, do they look downsy? And she goes, ha, ha, ha. No, there's just not a lot of them. And so did it, got it. And then suddenly we were pregnant. And that's my 11-year-old. The 5-year-old, he was an accident. We were told we couldn't have kids, and he was made in the throes of meh. And he those kids, they really they keep me young. They really do. They are domestic terrorists, completely feral, but they really do keep me young. And yeah, when if the youngest graduates on time, I'll be 63 and people will be like, hey, you brought your grandfather, and I'm going to be like, fuck you, bitch. But yeah, they do. It's I think, to answer your question, long way to get there. I think that with the life experience I have, I was not mature, in my 20s and 30s, and now I'm a wee bit more mature. I think that was probably the best time for me to make Little Human.
Cool. I'm glad you're enjoying that.
I didn't say that. I mean,
yeah, I don't think I heard that part at all.
Yeah.
As a non-parent, I couldn't imagine. Like, I'm 39. That'd be like me having a kid in 2 years, and then in 7 years. Like,
yeah, it's like you lost the lottery.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Just adding stuff to notes here.
You're good. Was your hip surgery? So I've known a handful of law enforcement guys that have, at least one of my buddy's dad was law enforcement, and was it literally just carrying the gun on your hip that whole time, and the weight belt or the your holster belt and all that, was that contributing?
It was a contributing factor. I had something called pistol grip. It was a deformity of the femur. But I was on SWAT for 22 years, and helmets and our kit and all that stuff that did play a huge role. The doctors were not able to quantify if that's really the reason. And so it was 100% a contributing factor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I only because I had like one personal experience. I was like, oh, that's a good. It's what's cool about these podcasts is like when we see, I get to pull so much shit out of like my brain of like this is something that happened to my buddy's dad like 9 years ago. I was like, oh, that's the only other person that I've known that's a law enforcement that had a hip replacement, and it was because of this. So is that a trend? And kind of, sort of. That's pretty cool. So you were in SWAT for that long. I mean, we didn't really. I mean, you can talk about your job as much or as little as you want. We usually, if it's cool and people want to talk about it, great. If it's gonna, people don't, that's fine too. But you were what's your current role, if you want to talk about that, and then the kind of like what got you there.
I'm the director of the academy. I make baby cops do push-ups when they make me angry. So my job is all really the administrative part of the academy, making sure it complies with the state and things like that. And I've got a great team that is the day-to-day operations with the kids, with the academy kids. Like I said, I was 28 years law enforcement, 25 years with this current agency. Excuse me, 26. SWAT for 22 years. I made it through the team up to a supervisory level on the team, and I got to the point where I was getting old. My heart and my head were still in SWAT, but I was chasing around dudes with shaved arms on drinking a bunch of energy drinks with fully automatic rifles, and it was just time for me to hang it up.
But you said you stayed with the same agency and just you transitioned like a lateral or a transition, so you didn't have to like you moved or anything and went to find this job. It's something you were you were able to fall into.
Yes.
Nice. Well, that's good. It's always nice to be able to transition without having to uproot your entire life, I guess.
Absolutely.
So forgive me. I have a work question, and just if it sounds ignorant, please just tell me. Of all of the names of all the utilities you guys would use, is Flashbang the least creative name?
There's gotta be more that are just
is there any
very blunt.
It describes what it does.
Yeah.
That's
a
wonderful question.
Is it Flashbang or is it Bang Flash though?
Flashbang.
No, but I meant like the literal, like I understand the name of it, but is that the cadence that your body and mind perceive it?
Or no, it's simultaneous. So, you know what? I think Joey, I think you got us on that one. That was good. That was a good one. I can't think of anything right now.
It was a good long way to ask a silly question. So you watch Lucha Libre?
No.
Oh, no. It's all right. It's on the list.
I think one of his buddies gave us a lot of bullshit, and I think it was pretty obvious.
I thought I sniffed most of that.
Yeah, they're all in a row too. So if you're picking up what I'm putting down, that's a whole fucking row can get just 86th. I saw it and I just didn't get a chance to do it.
It's wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually a specific form of wrestling. Tell me about the Nicholous Cage thing.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one. I love this.
Yeah, this is good. This is definitely worthy of this.
Yeah, I want to hear that. People
need to know this one.
Why and how and outcomes.
And how long did it go for?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a I'm gonna be right back.
So it went for several years. In the office, I like practical jokes. I've always been a practical joker. I would print off about 100 pieces of paper with a watermark of Nicholous Cage doing different things. And I would put them in the copy machine.
Of course.
You guys, if people are going to hear this, they're going to know now. And so I would just put them in the copy machine, and people would print out and like, what is this? And so it went around the entire agency, and they thought that the paper vendor was there was a virus, or the paper vendor for the copy paper had been caged. And it went on and on and on for, I would say, 7 years.
That's
fantastic.
Oh, it was.
I missed the beginning. Sorry. Did you print them off at home or did you print them off there or?
No, I would just watermark up. I'd do a watermark on a blank page from Microsoft Word and I'd print that out. And, I would do it and then I'd wait. And then, yeah, they thought it was from the manufacturer of the paper. And then I'm printing off a bunch one day and my administrative coordinator comes in and goes, "You motherfucker." You had people.
It would ruin their print file. So if someone printed like a 13-page thing and it caught it on page 12, they had to print the whole fucking thing again.
No, you just print page 12.
Yeah, but regardless, that's that's really fun. Oh god, that's
like
great.
way back, like 7 years ago, like the accreditation people were in that office, and this is like high level stuff that would go to for the accreditation stuff that would go to the state and things like that, and they would have to print buy that page, reprint it.
You were
glorious.
regularly involved with the water cooler talk of like who do you think it is, guys?
I kind of stayed out of it until they said, I think it's coming from the manufacturer like that. I'm like, oh, it's got to be. It's got to be. Or it's a virus. Yeah, I think you're onto something there. Yeah. You've been caged.
That's good news.
That is, when I read that earlier, I think I actively like laughed out loud as I was reading the notes a couple hours ago. It made me chuckle good.
Oh, yeah.
Are there any
got
other
some good stuff?
Yeah, are there any other long-term jokes? It says in here to ask you about some of your favorite practical jokes.
I play the long game.
Mm-hmm.
There's he's probably not going to listen to this. We did a dad bod calendar several years ago, and the sergeant who is in the office next to me, he had this crazy, like, he's on a swing set and smiling, it was for cancer, donations for cancer. And so I got that. I printed off probably 100 of those. I hid them everywhere around the agency, like behind clocks, behind flags, all over the place. So when he moves out of his office, he's going to probably find 20 of those that he didn't know. The QR code for the Wi-Fi, I put those in our training rooms, and those actually link to that song, "Never Gonna Hit You."
That's a Rickroll.
Those have been up for like a couple years. So yeah, I definitely played the long game. I think the best one that I did was when I was on patrol, and I had a vehicle break-in, and I collected the glass from this vehicle break-in, and I went to my partner's car. I rolled down the window and I threw the glass everywhere, and I went inside to the substation. I'm like, "What happened to your car?" He's like, "What are you talking about?" And I go, "The window's smashed." He's like, "What?" And so he came outside, and the sergeant at the time knew what was going on, made him fingerprint the entire car. It was amazing. Yeah. Those are my better ones.
Oh, that's good shit.
The fact that the QR code one is still up, like
it's still up.
Like it just like who? I mean, is that like random people are like scanning it, or is it just only for like your office staff? And at this point, everyone already has the fucking Wi-Fi password and all that. Or
no, we do. We're always doing like big training events.
Oh, so you're just fucking over people that did not. They're just they're just people that are coming there to learn, and they just don't have internet now. That's so fucking.
Yes.
Oh, I love a good Rickroll. I try to do one once a year, or at least.
All right. So based on our notes, we've gone through most of this stuff already. I'm going to go to a Mount Rushmore.
About it.
Now I hope this one isn't bullshit. Your Mount Rushmore of metal band.
Oh, that's going to be hard.
Yep.
George Washington would have to be Metallica. TJ. Amon Amarth, Viking death metal.
Mm-hmm.
Next, It really depends on my mood. My music goes on my mood. I would say since it's Mount Rushmore, Slayer,
Mm-hmm.
and then uh for the brevity of time, I'll say Slipknot.
I dig it. Dig all those bands. Slayer is
Yeah.
probably the one I listen to the least, and the rest I listen to a lot.
I listen to Slayer when I'm angry.
Yeah, I guess I'm not that angry anymore. I used to, when I was a bartender, if people wouldn't get the fuck out at the end of the night, I would play Rain and Blood on repeat over
Yeah.
the PA. Yeah.
Perfect.
Nothing kills the mood of this couple in the corner making out, refusing to acknowledge the lights are on, then Rain and Blood kicking in full blast.
Yes. I'll do that when people are looking at houses in our neighborhood. I'll crank up Slayer. So they don't, if they don't move in.
Yeah.
So you're a big basement gym guy then? Is that what we're getting at, or were you a
Yes.
garage gym guy? Nice.
I'm a basement gym guy.
So
Yeah,
it shares the space with your woodworking shop and what looks to be your round loading area behind you.
It's the my reloader back here, and this is all my gun stuff behind me, and then the gym's right there. All woodworking stuff is in the garage.
Okay. So I'm going to I guess give you an FMK, and we're gonna so let's go woodworking, powerlifting / just barbell training in general, and then firearms.
Oh, I was actually worried about this, and oh, this one's rough. Okay, woodworking, powerlifting, shooting. I'd kill woodworking, even though it kind of puts me in a place's end. I'd kill it. Where I'm at right now in my life, I would say I would marry powerlifting and fuck shooting. Yeah.
Nice. Well done. Good. Let's do one more FMK. I got this one might be good. So I'm assuming you're big. I mean, as you already mentioned, actually, this will be a great segue because being a ginger, you already told me that you're a big meat guy. So let's go with your. Let's go with
jokes.
Yes, I'm glad you picked up on that. So FMK, brisket, bone-in ribeye, bacon, FMK.
Oh, I can't.
That's not allowed.
We
if you don't do it, we can't air the episode.
All right. I would have to marry bone-in ribeye. Oh, I'm so hungry right now. By the way,
do you like that? Like, do you? Now, if it was just ribeye, would it be knocked down? Like, is that the bone-in aspect make it that much better for you?
No.
But just ribeye in general.
Ribeye in general. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
That person might have told you that I ate a whole tomahawk steak by myself one time, and I got the meat sweats, and it was glorious. So bone-in is the ribeye.
Yeah, brisket and bacon, FMK.
I think I would kill brisket.
Okay.
And then fuck bacon.
Now, do you do bacon solely for breakfast, or does bacon go like put bacon on your sandwiches, your burger, like a BL? What's your favorite non-breakfast thing to do with bacon?
Bacon sandwich is probably my favorite, but you can put bacon on anything. You can put it on ice cream. You can put it in old fashioned.
I'm just curious what
I've seen that. Yeah, the bacon old fashioned.
So good.
No, I think it's bacon. That would have been a bacon old fashioned. Bacon Caesars is a huge one around here too.
But you put anything on Caesar, right?
Yeah, you can actually. There was a lot of sandwich talk on the Discord this week, and I didn't really want to chime in because I'm not a huge sandwich guy. But BLT is my go-to sandwich.
BLTs are great. Yeah. I haven't had a BLT in a long time. When I used to, one of my favorite things when I used to work at Applebee's, 20 years ago, you can make your own food. You were supposed to get like one free meal or whatever, but like all like the very cheap thing, but you always just end up making some concoction. So I would do basically make like a grilled cheese BLT, a grilled cheese with bacon, basically. Oh, so good. That was always good. And then when I was at Outback working there, I would make a chicken finger sandwich and just lather it in ranch. I'd use one of their like really good sourdough bread rolls with one of their like in-house made chicken fingers, whatever, and then just ranch and cheese, and then put it in the broiler up top, and it was the best. I can 20 years later I can fucking taste these things that like obviously I haven't been able to eat since because it was like a concoction you made in a commercial kitchen that like you can't really recreate exactly the same ever again, but I can literally taste all of that.
I'm so hungry right now.
Why didn't you eat?
You had to be on a podcast.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I guess
I had stuff to do.
they are. Trying to think. You're what? You're 2 hour? No, you're
2 hours.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 2 hour. Yeah, I got a friend in Colorado, so it's always funny when we're podcasting because I'm in a group chat with someone in Colorado too, and it's like it'll it's almost going off all day because there's just everyone's in a different time zone because there's a third person in a different time zone too. It's just it's just funny how the time zones work and whatnot.
And the dude from California is waking you up.
Yeah, yeah. I
Well,
definitely.
That's Keith teaches time zones, guys.
Yeah. I wake up often and I see I've got like a message from 11 o'clock and it's like 5:30. I'm like, well, I'm gonna message you back now. hope you have it on silent.
It's your turn.
All right. Keith, you got
see.
a list of these Keith's questions here.
Okay. Yeah, this is
at least two of those. Yeah, let's get two of those out.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously being an officer for most of your adult life there, what movies would you say represent accurately either SWAT or just policing in general? I guess like which movie can you watch and have to nitpick the least of like they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, that's not accurate? So
I don't think any of them really.
They're all bad.
They're all bad. The one with the LAPD guys, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, spoilers. The one guy dies at the end. I can't think.
Yeah, up until like the first part of that. The first part of that is accurate.
Okay.
Ish. I mean, not even ish, but
a little more accurate than a Training Day.
Yes. Yeah. It's a lot more accurate than I mean, there's parts of Super Troopers that's accurate.
Yeah, with the ball busting and fucking around that you do. Yeah.
Yes.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since this one means a lot to me, specifically the opening scene of Point Break, where he's going through the gun range. If you remember that one, it's like in the pouring rain. Would you guys still proceed in the pouring rain at like range day and stuff?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So that wasn't false, but just in general, like I don't know if you remember that movie at all or that particular scene, but that one just like I was a kid, I watched that movie so many times. That opening scene is just always stood out to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You gotta train there. Yeah, when it comes to like as an instructor, you have to like push people out, you have to get them involved, but for the higher speed guys, they love it.
Nice. Okay. So good to know that. Last one, I guess we'll go with one. I got a couple, but yeah. Did someone say you were going to train for a Boston Marathon? Is that a thing that you're actually trying to do? Or is they fucking no? That obviously can't be right because you fucking told us you don't like running. So fuck.
That was I posted that on April Fool's.
Oh yeah, I did. I pulled that off your fucking Instagram. That'll give me.
Yeah.
That'll fucking show me to not.
Yeah.
All right. Well then that'll round all that out because the other two we don't really need to touch on. So
that'll learn you.
Well, I guess we'll you want to go into unpaid and underrated there, Joey?
Yeah. Let's do it. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I'll go. Big Quinn, are you familiar with this game, unpaid or underrated?
Yes, I am.
I always butcher the instructions. Do you feel comfortable telling people the instructions of how we play?
Do you want me to tell the instructions?
Yeah. The only new listeners are going to be your friends and family. So,
okay. So you're going to ask me questions. I'm going to say if it's unpaid or underrated. I have my druthers, and if I do not do well enough, then this podcast will not be aired.
Nice. And unpaid would be the equivalent to overrated on some other silly podcast, but the upgraded version would be unpaid. So, all right, Big Quinn, unpaid or underrated? Top Gun. Wait for it. Maverick. So Maverick, not Top Gun.
Yeah. It is underrated. It is the second best movie ever.
Second only to Top Gun.
A second only to Top Gun.
Nice. So, how excited were you when that came out 37 years later or whatever the fuck? Yeah, it had to be 37.
Well,
I think 35 at least.
I was. It they were going to release it right before COVID hit, and then they kept having to, extend it. I was really worried on if it was going to be good or not. And I think they knocked it out of the park.
For sure.
I've seen the original one. I saw it on an aircraft carrier. I've seen it probably hundreds of times. It's just my favorite. It's my go-to movie that if I need something on in the background, I'm gonna watch Top Gun and just have that playing for some white noise. I think they did really well. Yeah, far-fetched. He's like, he's been in the Navy for 92 years. He's still a captain, but I think that part was far-fetched.
You're still working, Quinn.
Yeah, not for long. I got 200. Let me look.
Oh,
202 days till I can retire.
Oh, dope. That would have been. I wish we knew that. That would have been a great topic. We'll to circle back to
that. Yeah, I think they did a great job on it. I was really happy with it.
Nice. Yeah, my as far as the original, that when my dad had like everyone had like stereo systems hooked up to their TV and their VCRs back in the day. So like to show off like how awesome his subwoofers were, he would always play like the first 5 minutes of Top Gun.
Yeah.
They're landing the jets and they got the music blaring and everything. So that was just always
as
a kid, that was very like pivotal, a very something I'll always remember basically.
The first base boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a good movie, both of them. And I was very impressed with how much Maverick didn't suck when I was 100% sure it was going to suck. Like every sequel or remake of like our favorite movies just fucking are trash. So I'm glad that they did it justice.
Rumor is there's a third one. I don't know about that.
Ooh,
that's a rumor.
All right, unpaid or underrated. I hope this is accurate. What do you feel like? How do you feel about pooping with your shirt on?
Okay, I thought everyone did that until I found out they didn't. I walked.
Did what?
I thought everybody took their shirt off.
Yes,
when they went number 2.
The note was that he does like to take his shirt off when he takes deuces. So I had to word it a little bit just to pick at him.
I thought it was a thing. I thought everybody did it, and I walked out of the bathroom one day, and people were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I had to go number 2. Why is your shirt off? You don't take your shirt off? No, dude."
Wait, I interrupt. Were you like 20, 30, or 40 when this conversation happened for the first time?
Mid-20s.
Okay, that's funny.
Mid-20s. Yeah, I thought it was a thing, and it wasn't.
So do you still do it out of a habit?
Absolutely. I mean, you got to spread out.
I mean, I could like if I'm sick, maybe like I don't know, but just like going to a public bathroom, like and this is. I don't want to deep dive too much into your shit habits, but it's kind of like as a man that's probably you've had to shit in your uniform for the last 30 years, like you're not taking your fucking vest off to shit. I can't imagine.
Well, sometimes you have to. I'm not very uniformed anymore. I'm more of a light uniform. So, most bathrooms now have changing tables. Which you're
not shitting on the changing tables, are you?
So you just wait for the family restroom and hope that it's available when you got to go.
Then you could spread out. You could take everything off, put it on the changing table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good man.
That's funny. That is yes.
I'm surprised you didn't ask him about it when he said he fell down the mountain. I thought there was going to be a shit on a mountain story on this episode.
Oh yeah, Big David. Now, the one Big David can explain why that's funny to the other Big David. So let's go one more one more unpaid or underrated for you, Big Quinn. Dairy products. How do you feel about dairy products?
Okay. I think for me they're underrated, but for everybody around me they're unpaid. Little bit of a lactose intolerance issue, which doesn't really bother me. But it bothers.
So you still? Okay, guys. I was about to ask if you got that backwards. So you're still consuming it. It just gives you gas, basically.
Yes. Well, it's like weaponized gas.
Oh, wow, that's nasty.
Oh, it's sometimes I use it. I use it for fun. Yeah, it'll take like a
fucking hotboxing.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. A Frosty. I've timed a Frosty. It took 12 minutes before from my first bite to when it was hitting me.
Frosties are so fucking underrated for like a fast food dessert. Chocolate Frosty is fucking like you can get a kitty chocolate Frosty for like $1.50 or something. And it's like such a perfect little ice cream treat.
You dip the French fries in them?
I was about to bring that up.
If you don't, you're fucking wild. Like you have to.
Yes.
If you do not fucking put your French fry, like half the French fries go in the sandwich, the other half used for the fucking the Frosty when you're at Wendy's. Like that is Wendy's 100%.
If you don't dip them, you're a communist.
Yep.
Not to get political.
Yeah, we don't do that here. Try not to. All right. I think I'm going to pass the baton over to the other ginger.
All right. Unpaid or underrated avocado toast?
I don't know if I've ever had avocado toast.
That was one of your buddies fucking with us.
Yep. All right. Unpaid or
know.
Go ahead.
I know who that is. He is underrated.
Yeah.
I'm telling him his submission wasn't.
Okay.
And it comes up a lot, right? Where like people try to do this to us and they think it's going to be funny. And like, no, it kind of just stops the show for a second.
Yep. We might have Nate put a disclaimer or something. And it's like, if you don't put accurate shit, it really does like enjoy it. Because now we have to talk about it and it's annoying.
Yep. Unpaid or underrated Police Academy 1?
Oh, there's some parts in there that I'll say underrated. There's some parts in there that are pretty funny. Not any way, shape, or form accurate. But it is funny. Who's the guy with all the guns? Tackleberry.
That's you.
It's got like okay, yeah, I guess I ran right into that one, didn't I?
You don't run anywhere, Quinn. We know that.
No. The personalities are I like all the characters of the personalities. I'll say underrated.
All right, unpaid or underrated flat brimmed hats?
Oh, unpaid. What? Why? When you put on a hat, it's for it's for the shade. Okay, you got to do the bill so the bill fits your face. I hate those things. I mean, I'm getting like an emotional reaction right now. I don't, and my son wears them, and every time I'm like, really, that's your hat choice today? He's like, yeah, because it's cool. I go, no, it's not. It's not. Of course, I am older than him, and it is probably cool for him and his friends, but
yeah,
I can't stand those.
It's all right. My son can hang out with me in my big wide brimmed sunshade hat. Yeah. It's got the thing on the back of the neck that protects you from the UV on the back of your neck. Oh yeah. Hiker's hats or whatever. You know, your whatever hat you think is cool when you're young, buddy. Daddy's safe. All right. So unpaid or underrated breadsticks?
Breadsticks?
Yeah.
I would say okay.
It's a big variance in breadsticks.
Yeah.
Where you're at.
Okay. I think this is probably more of like the Outback bread or the Texas Roadhouse bread. I can the rolls. That's probably what that's in regard to. I can fuck up a basket of Texas Roadhouse rolls.
Yeah, that cinnamon butter is clutch.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. Underrated.
All right. I think you passed unpaid and underrated today.
He did.
We did it.
I do want to hijack it one thing real quick. Yep. So we lost James Earl Jones this week. I don't know. I mean, everyone should be familiar with him and his like movie history and everything. So I want to share. I would like for everyone to share their favorite James Earl Jones, role if they have one, like a movie that he did that was, you enjoyed. It can either be your favorite movie that he was in or your favorite role that he did. Well, I guess you guys think of it if if you want to do this. I'm gonna say for me, probably a little more obscure. A lot of people are probably gonna say Lion King or something, but I really enjoyed, his role in Field of Dreams, and then as my runner-up, probably lesser known, I guess, would be The Coach and Best of the Best. Those two really stuck out to me. Obviously, the more mainstream ones that other people might mention were great as well, but those two they just stuck out to me as a kid. And when I saw that he passed away and I looked him up, he was like 93 or something. I was like, damn, he was older than I thought. So it makes me realize how fucking old I'm getting when people that were like making movies that I'm mentioning probably when he was my age, and fuck, that was 40 years ago. So yeah, it tracks that he's like was 90 some years old. So do you have anything that comes to mind for James Earl Jones Quinn?
Conan the Barbarian.
I was going to say Thulsa Doom.
Thulsa Doom. And when he didn't sing, but he spoke the national anthem at a baseball game in 1996. And just his voice.
I gotta look that up later. That'd be
it
crazy.
Really, I believe it's 1996. It really, I think it impacted a lot of people just because his voice is so iconic.
Yeah, he was for those who might not remember, he was of course Darth Vader.
Yeah.
He was Thulsa Doom, he was Mufasa. He was apparently in Meteor Man, which I don't remember.
It was a very small role. I think he was the guy at the end that came out with the other meteor shard and let the main character kind of recharge at the end. But he was not a big role, like a very like eighth lead or something. Had like 20 lines maybe.
Well, that was a fun, depressing way to go ahead and round out unpaid and underrated.
I thought that it was deserving. I like James Earl Jones.
We're celebrating him. It's a celebration.
I honestly
celebration, bitches.
I forgot about it until something until it kind of came up. So, well, this is the time where we hand it over to you, Big Quinn. If there's anything you want to shoot us, whatever you got.
What is something unique about you that very little people know, or a special talent? Unique or a special talent?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can make my dick move when hot nurses are around.
Well, you got me there.
A talent, I would say it's not as good as it used to be because so when I was a kid, I had a huge gap between my two front teeth, like a very large gap, and I could spit water through it, literally like 15 feet across the room, without getting any like spray out the sides. And then as my wisdom tooth came in, in my early 20s, whatever. It almost closed perfectly, but there's still a little bit of a gap there. I can still do it, but not as good as I could when I was a kid. I used to be able to fucking shoot. I remember vividly just drinking water on my back porch. We had like a huge back porch, like the full width of our house, so like 50 feet, and I could like see how far I could fucking spit it. Like it's not necessarily spitting, but like force the water out through my teeth hole.
So it's like a super soaker through your teeth.
Yeah, basically.
Do you still use that for evil?
I think I did do it to Stephanie the other day, and she got really pissed. But I told her, I warned her because she was doing something that was, I think she might have, I don't remember what she was doing something that she was doing it to egg me on, like in a playful way. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking like spit water on you if you do that. And she's like, no, you won't. And fucking just right in the side of her face.
Big Joey, is that what you're going with?
No, God, no. That was just
okay.
I'll give you two. And I might have spoken about these before.
Are you gonna take your shirt off to give us two?
I
see what you did there.
Poop joke.
It's been a while, but I am very good at.
It's been a while.
Sorry,
frisbees.
Yeah, I am very good at throwing a frisbee. If you guys are familiar with the game of Can Jam, which is essentially horseshoe with frisbees, my buddy Jay and I went. I believe it was 50 games undefeated.
Dang. Okay.
I have superior frisbee control, and his brother was the one that he came up to my house. It was like right during the lockdowns, and they finally like opened up a bit, and they were like, "Okay, you can have 10 people." And then I was like, "Get everybody up here, let's have a party." And his brother, I distinctly remember, was like, "I'm coming up and I'm beating you guys, and I'm not leaving until you guys are too drunk to play, or I beat you." And I remember I threw a shot, and it just landed perfectly, and I hear his brother go, "God, he's so good." And I was like, but I'm just a fat power lifter who just happens to have superior frisbee control, and I can catch flies uncannily well. It's almost like second nature. Like because we live near a turkey farm, so we get a lot of flies in the house. And I'll just come walking out of the bedroom half asleep, and I go, "Oh, good morning, honey," and then I'll just like wave and have a fly in my hand. And she's like, "How?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but I just have this weird sense of seeing where they're going to go and catching them out of the air or off of something." And then I have to take it outside because I'm not going to crush it with my bare hands. That's disgusting. Like, great. Now I have a fucking chore.
I got a dead turkey fly.
Right? Yeah.
I got to let it loose.
I got a chore. I've got to go outside and throw this fly out. Yeah. Those are two
So
random things people don't know about me.
so that's your superpower is catching flies.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, if you could be any animal, and I'll give you an example. If you could be any animal, if you were an animal, what animal would you be? And for an example, I have like my outward facing persona and then my inward facing persona. Outward, I'd be more of a silverback gorilla at work and things like that. But inward, I'm more of just a go easy whale shark. So, what animal or animals closely resemble you, or what animals or animal would you be?
I'd say outwardly, I'd probably be a fox, like if we're going to play the outward and
Oh,
inward game. But inwardly, I'm probably a black bear.
tell me more
They're
about that.
well, because they're just giant raccoons, right? Like big, they're just big, dumb, and hungry, and like just that's essentially me most of the time. Like I come up from the gym and I'm just like with food, and but like I'm not dangerous. I'm still like I wouldn't say dainty, but like I'm still like fun and playful, and so yeah, I would say probably a black bear.
Okay, that's good. What about you, Keith?
I mean, I'm probably a cat. I see what my cats have done for my current girls and what my previous boy did, and they live very easy, free lives. My previous cat was indoor outdoor, so he had a lot more freedom. So I probably see myself more as that than my current girls who are indoor only. So, just ultimate freedom to do whatever you want. And if that means laying in the sun with your balls in the air all day long, that's fucking great. You can do that. And food on demand sounds great to me. Having someone, clean up my shit. Sure, let's do it. That's not, I don't know. I don't really, honestly, other than cats, I don't put any effort or thought into any animals in the entire world. I don't think, like, other than like when I'm at work and I have to avoid attack dogs that want to fucking bite me. Like, I'm not a huge animal guy. I just like my cats. So I'll relate to my kitties.
That would be the life. You just
It
hang
would be,
out.
wouldn't it? I came
Yeah,
home
just
today
wait.
and like, I hadn't seen him since Sunday when we left. My mother-in-law had been staying at the house because taking care of him, and they gave me like a half second of attention and then went back to just chilling. And one of them did come up and cuddle with me on the couch for a bit, but it's just like they're not overly worried, about anything. At least, these every cat I've had will be affectionate at times, but not always. So you like, a nice variety of personality. And I feel
It's
like
always on their
I
terms.
I have a large variety of personality.
Yeah, good, cool. That's all I really could come up with. I mean,
That's
we could go.
exciting.
We'll to send you back to
Other...
the cum clinic and see if you can get any more.
Oh,
I wanted to say vasectomy doctor's office, but I couldn't think of the word vasectomy, so I just had to say cum
so
clinic.
you went
Yeah,
right to cum clinic. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I could think of. So, all right. Well, everyone, be sure
it's
to use our affiliate links. We got Obsidian, Barbell Rescue, Plate Snacks, Home Gym Con. You go ahead and use code Unpaid at all those, and get you just a little bit of percentage back. And then Belt Fed Strength and Strength Co Apparel. You can also use our code and save yourself a little bit of money there. Big Quinn, where are we gonna find you at, buddy?
Um, on Instagram, Q Cunningham 9859. That's me.
One more. You have to do it one more time, or
Sorry, Q Cunningham 9859.
Nice. We have to keep it that way. Obviously, you can follow our Instagram at Unpaid and Underrated Podcast. We got the website, unpaidinternpodcast.com. We got a YouTube. We got Spotify. Any kind of review or rating you can leave on either of those, or on Apple iPod reviews, fucking whatever it is. Go ahead and do that. And then Joey will tell us where he's from.
on Instagram, Joey_MLECZKO, Molesco. Gosh, that's really about it.
Big Kevin saw you on Facebook, but he must not have friend requested you. I saw that he shared a screen grab of like how there were just like 7 different like crew things on his Facebook feed, and adding you as a friend was one of them.
I thought we were, but people keep trying to add me, and like even if they're crew, I'm just kind of like, I think I open that app like once a week right now.
Oh, fucking speaking of, I somehow on Facebook changed my settings of like notifications. Like I don't obviously I have no notifications on my actual phone. So when I go into the app though, I have like 30 notifications, and it's all Facebook telling me that someone made a post.
Yeah.
No, go fuck yourself. Other
Yeah.
than my wife, I don't want to see anyone fucking make a post ever. So I had to it took me a minute to deep dive settings and turn off all notifications. Like, who the fuck told you could change my fucking settings fucking
Yeah.
Facebook? Go fuck
Notify
yourself.
me when somebody engages with my stuff.
Yeah.
But not I don't need 3 notifications that my friend from high school posted a picture. Calm down.
I think Facebook is dying, and they're just trying to get people to get more engagement by trying to get those
Let
little
it
fucking red
die.
numbers and want you to
Die.
So yeah, but
Let it
anyway,
die.
you can find me on
Anti-social
Facebook
media.
at Keith Honeycutt. You can follow me on Instagram at Keith Honeycutt 73. But more importantly, go follow me Orange Gym, the No Wine Cellar, and we will see you next Tuesday.